Des here from Aro-Tarot. Today is day 2 of Ethony's 31 Days of Tarot tag for 2018. And today's question is your top 5 tarot decks for 2017. And boy, this was a hard one. This one was so hard. Like, this one I literally needed to write it down and get the decks out, because I was like, I went in thinking, this is going to be easy. I did like a top 5 favorite tarot decks in a previous video, and one of them was my favorite deck, and that one I actually got like last year, so that's not going to be included because it's decks you got in 2017 or that came out in 2017. So it's like, okay, that's already like 4 decks then. I only need a deck to fill the 5th slot. It's very hard. Like, oof. So I can't like not do this without having honorable mentions. Because it was really hard. There is the top 5, but then there's an honorable mentions afterwards, because I have to at least mention some of these decks. Because I feel like if, especially with at least one, no, with 2 of them, I feel like they could have become favorites, or at least maybe taken the 4th and 5th spot if I had gotten them sooner, because I got them for Christmas, so obviously I didn't get to hang around too much with them. So I feel like maybe if I had gotten them sooner, they would have made the list, so yeah. Anyway, they're not, the top 5 isn't really in any particular order because I love all of them. So, I'm just going to get started. The first one is, of course, Prisma Visions, because I love the Prisma Visions. It's such a beautiful deck, and it's so nice. Like, because I nickname all my decks. I named my Benjamin, and I usually call him Ben or Benny. And he's just this really, really nice guy. He's just a good friend. And he's just always there to help you, man. Like, he's so good and nice, and I love him. It's actually my friend's favorite deck that I own. And for Christmas, we ended up getting them their own copy. My mom also really liked this deck, too. She got her own copy, too. Oh, the difference between all of ours is mine's the 2nd edition, while they have the 3rd edition, so I have the gift card while they have the Illumination. I think the 3rd edition is called the Illumination. First one I know is Strawberries. This one's the gift. And I love this deck so much. It's such a good deck. Such a good deck. Yeah, I got that one back in February, I do believe. Yeah, it was February. It's good. I've done a lot of like readings for myself and my friends. Well, friend and brother with this one. So yeah, it's a good one. The next one, I used it a lot more in the beginning of the year, and then like I wasn't using it as much, but it's still a favorite. I don't know, maybe it's just more of a, not really maybe a wintry deck. I don't know. But this one is the Sherlock Holmes Tarot, which I really trimmed mine. Like, you could see like it's all uneven, and then the edging I did it with, what color was it? It was a Distress ink one. It's linen, maybe a linen, whatever that one's called. And then I used, I want to say it was the, do I still have it on my desk? Or drops phone, of course. I gotta put it back down. I think Walnut might have been the one that I brushed it with. To give it kind of like an old book, really dirty book kind of look. But, Final Problems, Judgment. They have different names for like the suits, and different names for pretty much all the majors. I don't know how many are actually the same. So you know, the 7% solutions, the Hierophant, Magnifying Glass, the Sun, and then of course the quartz They all have different names too. It's, oh, I'm trying to remember, what's the, so you've got the ladies, yeah, the ladies, the peelers are the knights, the inspectors are the kings, and then it's the Baker Street Irregular are the pages. Yeah, this one's also a good deck. I named it William, and he comes off very much kind of like a mixture of Holmes and Watson, like kind of put together. Like intelligent, like with the whole deduction kind of thing. But I feel like the more nature of Watson kind of comes through. So it's kind of like a mixture of both. He's very much a gentleman though, and I very much like him. He's a very good deck. But yes, that one is also in the top 5, which was also my top 5 before. Both of these were. And the other one that was in the top 5 before is the Nicoletta Ceccoli Tarot. This one's another one. I don't use it too often. Maybe I'll use it more next year. But when I have used it, it was really good. Like, this is a deck where, like, I hear a lot of people either love or hate it. And because the imagery is kind of different, and I heard it's very intuitive, which is one of the reasons I didn't get it right away. It's kind of the same with my brother. Like, when he was trying to find a tarot deck to get, he ended up getting a different one that was more Rider-Waite-Smith like, and did not get this one. He was going to get this one maybe a lot later after he's learned, because he also heard that it was a harder deck to read. But I found it, like, I don't know, like, I don't find it hard. It's just, it's very intuitive, like, but, like, I can see, like, the more, you know, Rider-Waite-Smith, like, meanings kind of coming through too, though. It's just you have to look at it a bit differently. You know, for instance, I know one of the cards that I love, I don't know if I could, like, one of the cards that I love is the Chariot, and it doesn't come with a big booklet, it comes with a little white book, but what it says in the card for, like, the Chariot, like, I was like, wow, that's such an interesting way to look at it, because I was like, why does it look like the Empress holding a child, you know? And I was thinking about kind of, like, the story of, like, a single mother, you know, and they've got their child, but they have to, like, go through with willpower kind of thing. Like, it's more like a story kind of thing going on. But, like, the deck, like, is really accurate, and I just love the way it reads, so it's on the top 5. For the 4th and 5th slot, that's when it got harder, because originally I had Future Vision Gem Tarot for the 4th slot. 5th one was saved for a deck I was going to get for Christmas, and when I did this question before. But I was thinking about decks that I used a lot, and there were 2 decks that I did use a lot. One of them I did a challenge in October, and I think I did like maybe half the challenge with that deck. And then the other one I've read a lot with my brother. I still have to study it a lot, but I've used it a lot with doing readings with my brother. And I was like, oh, maybe these 2 should be on the list then. Okay, that one's the other one. Okay, it's this back. And the one that I did a lot of readings with my brother with was Cosmos Tarot, which is from the Cosmos Tarot and Oracle kit. Each card from both is a different artist. And it's not Rider-Waite-Smith, it's not Thoth, it's literally got its own system going on. Which I know some people don't like it because of that. But I really like this deck. I love its personality. It's the deck in my collection that's very much okay, this is what you have to know. You'll be like, okay, like, oh, let's do a different spread and ask about something else. And it's like, no, you didn't get the message. You have to listen to this. And it's like, okay, what about this though? You know, completely different topic. And it's like, no, you have to listen. you have to listen to the message, and like it'll just keep coming up, like the same like thing, like reoccurring, like nah man, like you ain't gonna get any new readings from me until you listen to this message. And I love that it just takes control of the reading. It's really entertaining, especially when, you know, you're just hanging out with your brother doing finding like cool spreads that you found online and just doing it to hang out. It's like it's pretty cool. But like I like to use this one. My brother really likes this deck too. Like he wouldn't get it for himself, but if we're doing a reading together, this is one of the decks that he's gonna want it from, because it's such a cool deck. And it wasn't on the list before, but then when I was thinking back, I really do like this deck. I just really need to study it because I don't know what all the constellations actually means. I read the whole section for the Oracle, but I've only read the cards that I've drawn for the other ones. So one of the things I want to do for next year is to kind of start to learn the actual constellations and stuff and like learn the deck more because it's a cool deck. Then the other one that I need a drink. Oh, and one of the things sold in my game. Yay, more gil. Anyway, the other one that ended up taking the 5th slot, I very much wanted to do my one new deck that I was so excited for, but I just got it and I haven't gotten to really work with it. And then I was thinking back to a deck that I just got a mini of, actually. And I did a lot of readings for an October challenge. It was an October spread challenge. And I did readings for that one for myself. And this is really the deck that, before when I was reading it was very much like the keywords would kind of just come up, you know. But when I got this one, which a lot of the cards are Rider-Waite-Smith, but then there are some cards that are not Rider-Waite-Smith, like at all, like I think the 2 of Cups means like jealousy. Like completely different. And it was this deck that actually got me to really start looking at the images and think of what the characters are thinking and why certain things are a certain way. And now I do that when I just read kind of period, like especially with like the Dreaming Way. Like I would like to look at their faces a lot. Like that one's another like really like intuitive kind of deck, you know, like it's not just keywords. Like I look at it like, for instance, I did an exchange reading with a mutual of mine on Tumblr, and the 10 of Pentacles came up, and it didn't feel like a very important card. It was a Dreaming Way, and it wasn't like a, oh, you know, basic keyword kind of 10 of Pentacles, good, you know. Actually, like, it had like a low-key kind of like, you should watch, you know, just other people, like, don't be like so trusting kind of thing. You know, like, people are greedy and they're like, oh shit, and I'm like, nah man, it's not like a heavy thing. Like, it doesn't feel like, oh my god, you have to watch out, someone's gonna steal stuff from you. No, it was just very light, just kind of almost like, just like a lesson to learn kind of thing. Like, growing up, like, I was always told, like, don't be trusting. That's how it came off, you know, like, just like that thing from the back of your head kind of thing. And they're like, I mean, the person that we're renting this place from keeps asking for more money, and it seems like he's asking for more money than he should. And it's like, maybe it's that then, you know. It's just like more of a, you know, it's not like someone's literally coming out to get you, but yeah. So, like, that kind of thing with the images. And this deck was kind of what started it, and it's the TaRat. And I love this, it's so cute. I just got the mini version and named it after my rat that passed November script. And this one I had named Filbert. And Filbert's pretty nice. He's just, like, I just love the images in this deck. Like, I specifically like, oh, where is it? Here it is. I love the Devil card. It's one of my favorite cards in this deck because as soon as I saw it, it makes me think of Lucifer, Lucifer Morningstar from the show Lucifer. It makes me think of, like, this would be a promo for the show. Like, I think they had one similar. Like, you know, you've just got this charming rat with a nut, but then, like, in the background you've got, like, the devil horns and stuff, and it just makes me think of, like, an Avi promo kind of thing for the show Lucifer, and I love that show. That's the show that I watch, like, every week when it's on. Mom watches Gotham and Lucifer, but I'm just for Lucifer. Like, I'm just gonna stay in my room. It's Monday, Lucifer's on. Okay, I'm gonna go out to the living room and watch it. It's such a good show. I love it. But yeah, like, this is a great deck, and it makes me think more so on the images. And, like, thank you, deck, for, like, kind of expanding the ways that I can read. So yeah, so that's why it got the 5th slot. And of course, being my indecisive, you know, I'm indecisive, ha ha ha, to shut up with your lame jokes. I do have like 4 honorable mentions, because they were so close to getting on the list. The first one was on the favorite list before, and I love this deck a lot. I love the feeling it gives. I just wasn't reading it as much, and that's because I think it's also because, like, I got like 4 decks in October. This was one of the October ones, and then like right after that I got 3 decks, and one of them's a very loud deck that wants to be read, so I read a lot from that one. But this is the Future Vision Gem Tarot, and it's a Steven Universe deck, and it's so good, and I love the personality it gives. Of course, 2 of my favorite cards come up. I love the Magician because Peridot's my favorite character. And then, of course, I love the Devil in this one. It's Onion, and Onion's one of my brother's favorite cards, but I just love this. It's just a fun deck, and I would describe it kind of like Amethyst in a way, and how she is in the show. Like, it can be serious and stuff. I mean, like, Amethyst has, you know, some serious, like, plot stuff, too. You know, obviously with not, like, loving herself as much as she should kind of thing, because she didn't come out like all the other Amethysts. So, like, it can, but usually when you read it, it's more of a fun deck, kind of like Amethyst. Is such a fun character. My favorite from the 4 main ones is Garnet, and my brother really likes Pearl, by the way. Got my Peridot Funko over there, and I got a Garnet Funko over there. I can see them. What's up, man? But yeah, that one got honorable mention. Another one that got honorable mention because I used it a lot when I got it, and then it even ended up taking the space of like December because I just kept wanting to use it. And I was so surprised with this deck too. I didn't think it would be so loud and wanting to be read, and me wanting to read it. And it's the Dreaming Way, and if I'd gotten it during the beginning of the month, the beginning of the year, it would probably be in the top favorite for the year. But the other ones were already kind of distinct favorites, and the other ones I had already read so much with that this one is only an honorable mention. But boy, if I'd gotten it earlier, it would probably replace one of those other ones. I don't know which one, because I love them. I love all of the decks, but like, yeah. Then the other 2, which I have over here, especially the one I feel like would have been definitely on the list if I had gotten it sooner. It wasn't a Christmas present. Because, you know, 25th of December, it's not like that much time to work with it for the year. But if I had gotten to work with it more, I feel like it would have gotten list. The other one, very surprised how much I like the deck. Like, I knew I was going to like it, but like reading it, like, I love the feel it gives too, especially with its companion oracle. And I feel like, and the oracle that goes with that tarot and the tarot, I very much want to use next year a lot, especially in like January. Why am I saying next year? Yes, I'm filming this before the 2nd. It's actually, what, like 3.5 hours away, 3 hours and 38 minutes away from the new year. I'm just getting it filmed ahead of time just to make sure I get day 2 up. So yes, for this month, if we go by video time, I want to use it more this month. And in 2018. But yeah, the one that would have made it on the list if I had gotten it sooner, if I can get it out of the bag, there we go, is Dragon Age Inquisition Tarot. And I love it so much. I was so excited for it. And I've done like one reading, yay Colin, I've done one reading for myself with this deck. I have not, did I do, yes, I think I did do a daily draw, maybe. Did I do? I don't remember. I'm too tired to remember. But I have done like one reading, and then obviously I interviewed it like way back too. But I think it's going to become more of a favorite, like for all time. I just need to work with it more. Where did that go? Did it fall? It fell. There we go. And then, I know I'm just gonna leave it out real quick and then put it in the bag after. The other one that I want to work with more this month, since it's January, is the Ophidia Rosa Tarot. I love this deck. It's so pretty and beautiful, and I love the feeling it gives off. Same with the oracle that goes with it. Like, this would definitely, like, I knew as soon as I saw it, I was like, I have to have this deck. So I was like, I'm getting it for Christmas. That's what's happening. And, I love it. Like, I love it more, especially, like, holding it than I thought I was going to. It's just so beautiful. And, like, I was just randomly looking at cards, and there was, like, one card. I don't know if I could find it. No, it's not that one. No, it's not that one. Hey, there it is. There's, like, some with them where, like, yeah, they're flowers, but, like, there's some that, like, I can so see the meaning so easily with. Especially, like, I was looking at the Six of Cups, because I think it was just, the deck was just kind of laying there, and this card just happened to be on top. Or it was when I was flipping through. And I saw this, and I'm like, oh, this works so well for the Six of Cups. Like, because I may not know where pretty much any of these flowers in this deck is. But I do know what these are. Apparently, I didn't let the camera charge long enough. Because it died. Thought I had charged it long enough, but it's either I have no battery or I got battery, so. Anyway, what I was saying was, like with the Six of Cups, with the Lily of the Valley on it, it actually makes me think of when I was younger, because when I was in elementary school, you know, like kid and stuff, so we I don't know if they, I don't go outside, so I don't actually notice if they still grow or not. I don't know, but I would pick the Lily of the Valley in the backyard, and we'd wrap it in some paper towels with water, and then, you know, some foil and stuff, and then I would give it to my teachers, because my one Nana thought it was a cool idea, because she's a retired teacher, so she'd always be like, oh, we should make this for the teachers. Oh, let's wrap pens and we'll make them look like flowers and put them in like rock things for your teacher. So we used to do the Lily of the Valley thing, and I've always loved Lily of the Valley. Like, it's my favorite flower, just because, like, I always liked them as a kid, so that one actually works really well for my case. I don't know what the other flowers are, but I was like, that's a Lily of the Valley, and I love those. Then there was one other card I just wanted to point out. I love the Chariot in this deck so much. Like, it's a shield, but, like, I love that because it makes me think of, like, a warrior with, like, their shield up and they're rushing into the fray, you know? I think that's cool. I don't know if it's because of me playing video games and just charging into stuff, like, I can't think of the name of the ability, but I instantly think of Dragon Age Inquisition and that one ability. Is it in Dragon Age 2? I don't know. I didn't play a warrior for very long in Dragon Age 2. Well, I mean, I think I played the first full act, but I don't remember. I know it's not in the first. Yeah, I know, but it makes me think of 3 because I've played. I've gotten that ability for. I usually get that one like pretty early on, depending on which build I'm using. And most of my characters are like barely leveled just because I have so many characters. But yeah, that's what it makes me think of, just putting your shield up and rushing into the fray, which is very Chariot. But yeah, that was pretty much all that needed to be filmed before the thing cut off. But so yeah. Anyway, this was day 2, and I'm actually about to film day 3. But anyway, Des from Aro-Tarot here, and I'm logging.